Hi, Ray Hayden here, and this video is going to be part of the Creators Helping Creators series that I'm making, and this one here is going to be on the subject of transitional change. Now, I'll talk about that a little bit further on in the video, but what I'm really kind of getting at is I'll go about the specifics of why I think my channel is going through transitional change a little bit later on. But basically, I think that I've noticed in December and now in January, I'm going to watch it for the whole month of January and maybe even the beginning of February to see if it's really happening right now or not. But I think that I kind of get the belief that my channel might be going through a transitional change right now. So for me, it's kind of exciting to watch this because I'm doing some other things I'll talk about in other videos as well at the same time. So all of this happening at the same time is kind of exciting for me. And I'd like to see something happen with it. It'd be really great if it did, especially if I was able to use YouTube analytics to actually identify that this was taking place. Now, before I get into that, I want to talk about, you may have made the comment, you may have seen the comment, you may have heard me kind of talk about it, that when I started YouTube, I didn't care about YouTube. I thought, I was already a professional, I was already a professional videographer. I was working in the field, making a paycheck, self-employed, earning money, getting a job done every day, day in, day out kind of thing, all that kind of sort of thing. So I didn't really care about YouTube. And to me, when they first came out, they weren't giving any money away. So I was like, why do I even care? I'm going to do something that doesn't make any money, and none of my videos can be on YouTube. So, forget about it. So, but I did on December 8th, 2006, start my account with YouTube. All right. So I did do that. But as you can see here, it wasn't for years later that I made my first video. And that was the one on the traffic thing that I didn't use for YouTube at all. Even the second video that I made, the squirrel shares a snack, I'm going to show you where that thing lives on the internet, and I didn't make that for YouTube either. I got a couple of views going on here. In 2013, I had 25 minutes of view time in 2013. In 2014, actually for all up and through 2014, the end of December, this is the date range here, from the day I started my YouTube account, December 8th, 2006, up until the end of December 31st, 2014, I had 1.5 thousand minutes of watch time. That's it. 1.2 thousand views, so they're not watching very long, and I had 8 subscribers. Phenomenal growth, right? I also made $1.69, all right? So this is important for me, as in I wasn't going to use YouTube at all. I didn't care about YouTube in any way, shape, or form other than a place to park videos, right? I'm going to get to that in a real quick minute here, but I still made $1.69. So to me, this is a motivating factor to make YouTube videos at all, because I'm making videos for another purpose off of YouTube. I wasn't making them for YouTube. I was making them off of YouTube, and you'll see that in a minute. But I still made $1.69. So to me, it was worth it, to be making some YouTube videos and to be part of the YouTube Partner Program and make some money. All right, that was the whole reason for it. I had far less. I don't think I had 200. I had 8 subscribers and I was monetized. All right. So that's the deal on that. I think times have changed, haven't they? All right, so let's go off YouTube and show you what I'm talking about. Let's go here to this 9 videos. This is a family video right here, the kind friends and family kind of stuff like that. And then there's another one down here, something about a plunge. That's my great nephew in a swimming pool. None of those videos were made on YouTube for YouTube's purposes. I parked them on YouTube and then sent a family member a link so they can look at the video. That's all it was for. Wasn't even using YouTube for what YouTube was meant to be used for back in the day. All these other videos were not meant for YouTube in any way, shape, or form. Let's go take a look at them. Let's go, matter of fact, look at that thing on the left-hand side over here. You see the menu, but here's that squirrel shares a snack. There's that first video, squirrel shares a snack. It's on YouTube, but I meant for it to be on my website. All right, so I didn't even mean for it to be on YouTube at all. Now, let's look at a couple of things on this website. This is a website off of YouTube. It has nothing to do with YouTube other than the fact that here's a YouTube video right here. I'm going to come back to this one in a second, or in a couple of minutes. This video right here is on how to use a playlist, right? This is when I fell in love with playlists, when I decided I could use this. So here's how to use the playlist, and then here's the playlist itself. All right, I'm going to show you a really cool thing here. And you ever go out to YouTube and you look at a video and you say, this isn't for YouTube. What is this all about? Why is this on YouTube? Here's why. This video sits on YouTube. There's a play button right there. But it's on my website because I link it and I bring it into my website here. I hand code my site. I hand code the viewer to be this size. So people don't even have to go to YouTube to look at this video. They're watching the video off of YouTube, right? And then on the playlist down here, this video shows you how to use it. But watch, this is a really cool thing, and why a lot of people have YouTube videos that are on their website, but you're not going to go to YouTube when you hit play. You're going to stay on their website. Here's the playlist. Check this out. I click on the playlist, right? And it opens up. So if somebody wanted to watch a video, like here's a part 1, part 2, part 3, and you wanted to watch like part 1, but later on you'll come back and watch part 2, and then the next day or 2 days later you watch part 3, you can do that. And you don't ever have to leave my website. It'll play right here in the window, and that's fantastic, right? So that's what it was all about. So I wasn't making YouTube videos for YouTube. I was making them for my own private website. So now I've finally shown you what that's all about. Now, I also want to show you, this is kind of a segue or a different kind of subject area. Remember I talk about the PayPal.me profile, and that underneath every single video, you need to have that PayPal.me profile so people can donate to your cause. I'm going to show you 2 things. Number 1, here's before they ever had the PayPal.me profile, I had one. I made it myself. I'll show you how. I'll tell you how, but don't use this. Use the PayPal.me one. I'll show you this after a minute. This here is blurry. You can't see this probably, but I can see this. It says support this channel. All right, and it's up here if you want to understand what I'm talking about. There it is highlighted. This area here says support this channel. It says hi Ray Hayden here or whatever. Blah blah blah. Give me some money. Right? Donate to the cause. You can give $1. And it comes in at $1, right? That's how it opens up. But you have to change it to $5 or change it to some other amount, which could be up to $500 per person per day, all right? For some reason or another, YouTube didn't like this idea and they shut it down, all right? For whatever reason. Now they have channel memberships, but you have to have more than 100,000 subscribers to even have that. But back in the day, they allowed us to have a donate button right here. This is this blue button in the background. It's all fuzzy, was a donate button, all right? So that's a cool thing. It was a great thing. I actually got a couple of donations to the cause, and then they shut it off. So what I had to do is make a donate button right here. And this really isn't a donate button, because back in the day before the PayPal.me profile thing was out, you couldn't take a donation. You had to be a charity to get a donate, to have somebody donate. So what I did, because I'm a business, right? You had to be a business. Because I was a business account with PayPal, I'm a merchant, I guess, a merchant account with PayPal, I can have people make a donation to the cause. PayPal makes their, transaction fee or whatever, and then the rest of it comes to me. That's why I say it's the most professional way in the world that you can have somebody donate to your cause, is to have the PayPal.me profile underneath 100% of your videos, all right? Put it below there. Just do it. Get it done. Get a PayPal.me account. I make a video on how to do it. Set up your PayPal.me profile on your PayPal account. Get in there. Get the job done. Put that link below every single one of your videos. Somebody likes your stuff, they like your video, like below this video right now, you'll see a PayPal.me thing. And I need to change this one because I'm in the state of Florida. If you're in the state of Florida, PayPal is going to charge you sales tax on this, because I'm a business. They think I'm selling something, all right? Because I edited everything to make this donate button, all right? So I'll change that to a PayPal.me account. But I just want to point this out. Long before PayPal.me came around, I created that sort of thing on my website so people could donate to my cause. And just kind of another segue, so you know what I'm talking about here. Let me tell you what this thing here, this FYLSX, this is called the First Year Law Students Examination. If you study law for open and distance education in the state of California, which is really the only place you can do that right now, as of this point, making this video, you have to go take after the first year of law study, you have to go out to California and you have to be there live in person. Take this examination. It has an 80% failure rate. 80% of everybody taking this exam, 80% of people are going to fail it every single time. It's just the way it is. I decided a while ago that I would help people pass this exam. So I made a whole bunch of information about the thing, and I also talk about, I need to update this site. But I always promised everybody that when I figured out what I did right, that I would share that information with everybody free of charge. By all means, use my materials, use my information freely. If you think that you got benefit from it, make a donation to the cause. And people do. They still do to this day. And that audience is never going to go away. So, because there's new people every year taking that exam. So hopefully, I help people out and they can pass the darn thing. And hopefully they'll find my information was extremely low cost, no cost, right, to use this stuff. And they could put that information to use, pass the exam, and they'll make a donation to my cause, right? And they do, so that's great. So anyway, so that's what that was all about. Now, so all the way through 2014, I didn't even care about ever making any YouTube videos at all, right? So that comes into the thing is like, no, I'm just using it for my own purpose and everything else. Yeah, so was I, all right? But they made a $1.69 payment to me. So let's go ahead. Now this is in years and years, right? From 2006 up through 2014, they made a $1.69. Had 1.45 thousand minutes, so 1.5 thousand minutes of view time in all that time, right? So let's look at today where I've got, let's look at the overview, 32.7 thousand minutes of watch time in the last 28 days, right? And that's up 6%. That's great. 8.8 thousand views in the last 28 days. The 7 subscribers loss was because of the purge. That did not hurt my other statistics, and if anything, it helped my other statistics. And in the last 28 days, I made almost $37, right? A big difference. So when I'm looking at $1.69, not caring about YouTube to make it $36 in a month, that's pretty impressive to me. I like it. And if I can make $30, I can make $300. If I make $300, I can make $3,000. So my idea is to just keep going with it, keep on going and keep on growing, getting the job done every way, every day. All right. So now let's go into that idea of transitional change. So that's transitional change right there. All right. So we look at where I was way back when, not having anything to do with YouTube, not caring one way or another, still made $1.69, kind of piqued my interest in YouTube, right? So then today, where we're at today, that's transitional change, massive transitional change, right? So now let's look at another one here when I look at my comments, all right? This is where I start my YouTube day. You've seen my videos, hopefully. Keep watching them. Look at all of them. So when I look at my comments, I go down and I scroll down to the bottom of the first page where it says show more down here at the bottom of the screen in the center, right? It says show more. I've already looked at these. I've already addressed these yesterday, right? So a day ago, I've already looked at this stuff, these other comments. I've looked at these other people's channels and everything. I've been out visiting, working my day, right? But normally I have to hit show more. But for the last couple of days, when I go back to my videos and I look at the show more, I don't have to show more. I've already addressed everybody. Because normally, like you saw in my one video, I had all kind of videos lined up here all day long to look at videos. You know, where I spend most of my day watching other people's videos. That's a big transitional change because people aren't making comments, right? Why aren't they making comments? Well, because they're either not watching because it's the holidays, right? They're traveling, being with family and friends, you know, kind of like what we ought to be doing, right? If we have that time, be with our analytics here, look at the dates. It's holiday time, right? So everything's still good on my channel, and yet my core group of supporters and everything else are not hanging out, right? Well, why is that? Because they're busy, like most everybody else. They're busy. And when I look at my comments here, and so they're not here to make comments. Well, that's fine. You know, my numbers are still good. So that's like kind of a transitional change because my numbers are still good, even though my core support group is not here hanging out with me. All right. And that's fine. That's a transitional change. We're all going to end up going through this. What does this really mean? I don't know just yet. And I'll share that with you in a future video, but I'm not 100% sure of how this changes because I had some ideas in the beginning of December that, hey, I think something's starting to happen here, but I don't exactly know what or how that affects everything in general. So the fine details I don't really know yet, but I'll share those with you as I find out with my own, transition. So I'll see how that works. But that was with the comments. I noticed that. So let's go back into analytics over here and let's look at the reach viewers thing. Now this, the impression click-through rate has gone up, right? So, how is that happening? Well, I need to come over here and kind of look and see what's going on. YouTube shows us in this chart. YouTube's recommending my content of the 110.4 thousand impressions. 25.4% of those came from YouTube, and this is where they broke them out. Recommended on watch page. That means somebody's watching a video, and either at the end of the video or alongside that video, one of my videos showed up. So 18.8% of my watch time or my impressions were from YouTube putting them there, advertising in effect my video. And then recommended on a homepage, that's somebody else's homepage. They're on their own homepage and they see recommended for you kind of things. 6.5%, you like to see this number be real high too. Basically, you want this number to be real high, and then these numbers here will, by in default, be higher results for us. And that's great, but that's YouTube helping us out. That's from YouTube recommending our content. The 4.1% click-through rate is good. The higher this number is, right, the better this ends up resulting, because if we slide on down here, Like the 4.5 thousand views came from impressions, all right? And then an average view duration of 3.46. That's a little lower than I would like, but I have some short videos too. And then the 17,000 minutes of watch time is good. So a good chunk of my videos, almost, man, more than like, let me see. Okay, my views, watch time from impressions is 17,000. So watch time from views, 32, almost what, close to half, or maybe a little more, whatever. That's a good amount of watch time came from the impressions. So looking at that, all right, let's go back here and do that. It's a really important number here. All right, set 110,000 impressions, right? 4.5 thousand views and 17,000. So 4.5 and 17. Let's go back over here. The views is 8.8. So that number is here, 8.8, 4.5. So more than half of my views, this is important to know. This is important. Using statistics, using the analytics to figure things out, more than half of my views, or almost half, it's actually more, but a little bit, very close to 50% of my views came from impressions. That's important, all right? Now over here, let's keep that other number in mind down here. This is the 17,000, right? 17, so 17 and 17 is more than 32, right? Bingo. So also more than half of my watch time came from those impressions. That's YouTube helping me out. That's, the impressions, and 25.4% of that is from YouTube helping me out. That's important stuff. So that gives me more, I'm kind of figuring this out while I'm making a video, and hopefully, you're kind of seeing that too. I don't know all of the final ramifications and indications and details about all this, but I do think pretty much that my channel is now starting to go into that transitional phase where I need it to be. Now, what's that? That's the same thing we're all looking for, is to kind of hit critical mass. So it's kind of like before critical mass, and not the height of critical mass either. It's like, you're just kind of getting there. And what it is that point of liftoff. The rocket takes off kind of thing. At first, the rocket isn't moving very fast, but it's moving. It's climbing. It's not moving very fast. And then as it goes through its liftoff process and it gets further away, builds up its speed and all that, the thing's taking off like a rocket, right? And that's what critical mass is all about. Continued growth. As long as you're continuing to do what you need to do to get the job done, you should not have any issue with continued growth. That's critical mass. That's the point we want to get there. Kind of like riding your bicycle uphill, riding it uphill. You want to get distance, right? So you're putting all that effort in to ride uphill, but at the top of that hill, you got a nice downhill slope where you don't have to pedal so hard, right? That's what we're all looking for, that point where we get the critical mass where you do have to work. You do have to work hard. Don't ever think that you don't have to work hard, but it's just not as hard, So the amount of work that you're putting in to get, 500, 600, 700 to 1,000 subscribers, it's almost going to seem like not so much work to get the 1,500, 2,000, 2,500. It's almost not as much work getting to the higher numbers. And in reality, it's not. But the whole idea is you had to lay the groundwork first. All right. So that's really what I wanted to be talking about. And also, I want to make 2 additional series coming up here. One of them is going to be for brand new people coming to YouTube from scratch. They haven't been around YouTube for a while at all. They've never been having a channel on YouTube. And then another series that I want to make is for people quite like me who never really wanted to do anything with YouTube, but because of something happened, right? They decided that they wanted to start getting to be part of the program and making things happen for themselves, all right? So until then, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Make your comments below. Ask questions. Creators helping creators, getting the job done every day, every way. And until I catch you in the next video, take care and be well.